Every morning, a man with a wooden leg stumps to a porterhouse near Cavendish Square
and sets up a stall and seats, from which he offers a few small lots of fruits, nuts, and sweets,
and a choice collection of halfpenny ballads.
Over the years, he has established his right to perform.
He has settled it that he is errand goer by appointment to the house at the corner.
Though he receives such commissions not half a dozen times in a year. Mr. Wegg himself is a naughty, close-grained man.
So wooden a man that he seems to have taken his wooden leg naturally.
And rather suggests to the fanciful observer that he might naturally be expected to grow another one soon. The man approaching the stall has been here just a couple of days before.
Good morning to you, sir.
Calls me sir, but you are dancer. Good morning to you, sir.
Do you remember me then?
I've noticed you go past our house.
Our house? I mean in...
Yeah.
Oh, now, what do they allow you now?
It's job work I do for our house. It's not yet brought to an exact allowance.
Oh, it's not yet brought to an exact allowance? No, it's not yet brought to an exact allowance. Oh. Morning, morning.
Appears to be rather a cracked old cock.
How did you get your wooden leg?
In an accident.
Do you like it?
Well, I haven't got to keep it warm.
He hasn't got... He hasn't got to keep it warm! Did you ever hear the name of Boffin?
No, I never did hear of the name of Buffy.
Do you like it?
No, I can't say I do.
Why don't you like it?
I don't know why I don't, but I don't at all.
Well, something to make you sorry for that. My name's Boffin!
I can't help it.
I'll tell you. Here's another chance for you. How do you like the name Nicodemus? Think it over. Nick or Noddy?
It is not, sir. A name as I could wish anyone I had a respect for to call me by, but there may be others that would not view it with the same objections. I don't know why.
Noddy Boffin. Noddy. That's my name, Noddy or Nick Boffin. What's your name?
Silas Wegg. I don't know why Silas, and I don't know why Wegg.
Well, now, Wegg, I want to make a sort of offer to you. Do you remember when you first see me?
Let me think. Was it on a Monday morning when the butcher boy had been to our house for orders and brought several ballads of me, which, being unacquainted with the tunes, I run them over to him?
Right, Wegg, right!
To be sure, sir, to be sure he did. It was him, as it might be, and it was myself, as it might be, and here was you, Mr. Boffin, as you identically are, with your self-same stick and your very same arm, with your very same back turned towards us. And to be sure, your very self-same back.
Right! And I wasn't listening to you, Wegg.
Was you indeed?
Oh, not in a dishonorable way, Wegg, because you was singing to the butcher, and you wouldn't sing secrets to a butcher in the street, you know.
It never happened that I did so yet, to the best of my remembrance, but I might do it. A man can't say what he might wish to do some day or another. If I'm not mistaken, sir, you alluded to some offer or another that was in your mind?
I'm coming to it, all right, I'm coming to it. I was going to say that when I listened that morning, I listened with admiration amounting to awe. I said to myself, here's a man with a wooden leg, a literary man.
No, exactly so, sir.
Oh, you know every one of those songs by name and by tune, and if you want to sing or to read any one of them off straight, you've only to whip on your spectacles and do it. I see you at it.
Well, we'll say literary then.
A literary man with a wooden leg, and all print is open to him. And it is, ain't it?
Well, why truly, sir, I believe you couldn't show me a piece of English print that I wouldn't be equal to collaring and throwing.
On the spot?
On the spot.
I knowed it. And consider this. Here I am, a man without a wooden leg, and all print is shut to me.
Indeed, sir. Education neglected.
Neglected? Oh, I don't mean to say, but what if you showed me a bee? I could so far give you change for it as to answer Boffin.
Come, sir, that's something, too.
It's something, but I'll take an oath it ain't much.
Perhaps it's not as much as could be wished for an inquiring mind, sir.
Look here, I'm retired from business. Me and Mrs. Boffin, Henriette Boffin, which her father's name was Henry and her mother's name was Etty, and so you get it. We live on an inheritance under the will of a diseased governor.
Gentleman dead, sir?
Of course, man alive, don't I tell you, a deceased governor. Now it's getting too late for me to begin sifting and shoveling at alphabets and grammar books. I'm getting to be an old bird and I want to take it easy. But I want some reading, some fine, bold reading, some splendid book in a gorgeous show of volumes. How can I get that reading, Weg? By paying a man truly qualified, so much an hour, say, tuppence, to come and do it.
Flattered, sir, I'm sure. This is the offer you mentioned, sir.
Oh, I don't want to tie a literary man with a wooden leg down too tight. Halfpenny a hour shan't part us. Tuppence, halfpenny a hour.
Yes, as to the amount of strain upon the intellect now, was he thinking at all of poetry?
Would it come dearer?
It would come dearer, for when a person comes to grind off poetry knot after knot, it is but right he should expect to be paid for its weakening effect upon his mind.
I wasn't thinking of poetry, Weg, except insofar as this. If you was to feel yourself in the mind now and then to tip me and Mrs. Boffin one of your ballads, why then we should slip into poetry.
I follow you, sir. But being not a regular musical professional when I dropped into poetry, I should ask so far to be considered in the lot of a friend.
Why, that's more than I could have asked, Weg, and I take it very kindly. Well, what do you think of the terms then, Weg?
Mr. Boffin, I'll never bargain.
Well, so I should have thought of you.
No, sir, I never did haggle and I never will haggle. Consequently, I'll meet you at once, free and fair, with done for double the money.
Oh, well, you know better than I do what it ought to be, Weg. Could you begin tonight?
Yes, sir, I see no difficulty if you wish it. You are provided with the needful implement. A book, sir?
Oh, bought him in a sale. 8 volumes, red and gold. Purple ribbon in every volume to keep your place where you leave off. Do you know him, Weg?
The book's name, sir?
Oh, I was hoping you might have known him without it. His name is Decline and Fall Off the Russian Empire.
Aye, indeed.
You know him, Weg?
I haven't been, not to say right slapped through him very lately, having been other ways employed, Mr. Boffin. But know him? Old familiar declining and falling off the Russian? Rather, sir. Ever since my eldest brother left our cottage to enlist into the army. In which case, as the ballad that was made about it describes, beside our cottage door, Mr. Boffin, a girl was on her knees. She held aloft a snowy scarf, which, my eldest brother noticed, fluttered in the breeze. She breathed a prayer for him, Mr. Boffin, a prayer he could not hear. And my eldest brother leaned upon his sword and wiped away a tear.
I take it as very friendly that you dropped down so soon into poetry, Weg. Where I live is called Boffin's Bower, which is the name Mrs. Boffin christened it when we came into it as a property. If you should meet with anybody that don't know it by that name, which hardly anybody does, go up Maiden Laneway and ask for Armony Jail, named for my late deceased governor, old Mr. Armin, and you'll be put right. I shall expect you, Weg, most joyfully. Print is now opening ahead of me. This night, a literary man with a wooden leg will begin to lead me a new life. My fist again, Weg. Morning, morning, morning.
With an improved opinion of himself, Weg ruminates that Boffin is an old fellow of rare simplicity. He considers gravely that this is an opportunity in which money could be got beyond present calculation. With these thoughts in his bosom, he repairs that night to Boffin's Bower, formerly home to the elder Mr. Harmon, the late father of the newly murdered John Harmon.